Hi, I'm Samantha Rowney, currently being filmed by Benn Wintle. We're from Film Industry Gateway and we're here for the Revelation International Perth Film Festival for 2025. Hi, I'm Samantha Rowney and I'm here at the Revelation Perth International Film Festival with Zen McGrath. And Zen, I believe you're here all the way from Melbourne?
Yes, that is correct. Flew in from Melbourne a couple of days ago, yeah.
You've created an amazing sci-fi short film.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about it.
My sci-fi short film follows two astronauts going out and exploring this mysterious monolithic object out near Neptune, and they have a limited amount of time to do it because it's passing through the solar system. Everyone's sort of watching in suspense as these two astronauts go and make contact with this strange object for the first time in human history.
I believe you had quite a small budget for this, so tell us a bit about how you managed with your budget, what sort of budget you had.
The budget, as I calculated it, stands at around £2,500. The film is almost entirely visual effects. I did for my brother, who plays the main astronaut in the film. But the way I was able to keep the budget down was because I'm a visual effects artist. I do a lot of work myself. I also found ways to cut corners. Like, for example, I don't know if this is a spoiler or not really. I keep most of the film on his face, on his head, and tell the story mainly through reflections or out of focus stuff in the background. That way I can save time on not having to put detail in places unless I really need it. For example, his face, the helmet, and occasionally when we turn the camera around. But everything else, if you really looked at it closely, didn't look so amazing, but that's because it's fine because it's out of focus or it's quite dark in the background. So yeah,
it was a very clever idea. It had you hooked from start right through to finish. So what sort of inspired you to come up with the idea?
Well, there's a couple of inspirations. I would say the obvious ones are films like 2001 Space Odyssey, Arrival, where you have these strange objects just sort of appearing and humans going out and investigating them. But a real life event that definitely inspired the film was an asteroid that passed through our solar system called Ouroboros a couple of years ago. It was this elongated asteroid that was accelerating through our system like a spaceship, and we weren't able to really get close enough to sort of see what it was. And I just found that really intriguing, interesting, and I think I just thought it was a good place for a story there where something unexplained just flies through our solar system. But in this scenario, we do have a chance to investigate it and to explore what crazy things might happen if we do. Yeah,
awesome. And I'm guessing that's where the name of the film comes from.
Yeah. It's funny. When thinking of the name, I was sort of stumped for a long time. I think I had it as Helmet Project in my computer for a long time. But I came across Ouroboros. I think I'd already designed the object, which it's sort of obscured. It's basically a sphere and a big ring around it. And I came across the name Ouroboros, and I saw it was like a snake eating itself, and it's about like the eternal cycle of destruction and rebirth. I just thought it fitted so well, the object in the film, and I just loved the name Ouroboros, and it was just a one-word title that I could really stick with. So
when it came to dealing with working with reflection, how did you manage that, camera angles and things like that? Because surely that must be quite difficult.
Yeah. Honestly, the thing that was most difficult with was my brother's acting. So my brother plays the main character, in case you don't know.
And your brother's name is?
Gulliver McGrath. He's actually been in quite a few films. You may know from Lincoln, Dark Shadows, a couple others. But yeah, it was difficult for him because he's in this helmet, and I've removed the visor in the physical helmet, and he has to remember what is happening for the duration of the 17-minute long film.
Yeah, right.
And he has to remember where to look, what cues, and he's just looking into my living room. He's not got any visual cues. It's all happening in his brain. And then I just, went and overlaid and added them all in later. The reflection served as a way to make something that might not look as realistic, look realistic, because it's sort of obscured. Yeah, you can't quite see exactly what's happening.
For anyone that's up and coming in the film industry that wants to get involved in this, what would you say to them, or how would you encourage them to go about it?
I think I'd have to say, make what you want to make. A lot of people out there saying, oh, you should get into this thing, you should get into that thing, producers only want to see this. But I think you should only make the things you're inspired to make. You shouldn't try to force yourself into someone else's molds, because I think the things you'll enjoy the most making, the things that will come out the most true, is what you're excited to make. Do what you want to do when it comes to the film industry, making your own films, animation, whatever it is that you do in your art.
Well, that's great advice. And yeah, thanks so much for an amazing film.
I really appreciate that. Bye.
We don't have much time. Send us back, please.